Welcome back. Welcome back to the Virgo Show. Welcome back. You could have been any place in the world, and I'm so glad you decided to pull up on me. But life is a living sitcom, and I came to share different experiences that might have happened to me, might have happened to people that I've seen, heard, or hung around. I might have seen this on TV or in real life or on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social site. I might have concocted this out of the sky or whatever crazy space alien came to me in my dreams. I'd be dreaming about all kind of crazy stuff until it really happened and I realized maybe I'm not crazy. Yeah, to the psychoanalyst show, where life is a series of situations that just keeps happening. And the more I realize and I talk to other people, it ain't just me. Welcome. Welcome back. I've been going through a series of things and I found some joy and some happiness. I mean, there's light in every tunnel. Gotta look for it. That's how you find your way out. I'm learning to understand how to be an adult. I'm kind of new here. People have been acting childish their whole life, and I understand that happens. Sooner or later, gotta get your thing together. Gotta be grown. You gotta hold yourself accountable. And as little your mama said, you wouldn't understand until you got older. You gotta understand at this point. Stop acting like you stupid. I mean, you ain't figured it out yet. I mean, you ain't gotta be no genius. Don't get me wrong. I'm 48 years old and I just got my shit together. I ain't say it's lined up, but it's just together. And it take a while, and I'm at the age where things are falling apart. So that's something I'm dealing with. But that's my business. At least I understand what my problem is, and I urge everybody to try to figure out what your shit is and get it together. But in the meantime, in between time, as an adult, I know so many children listening to my show. And if you are, you think you've grown as an adult, at some point in time, you got to hold yourself accountable and understand that it is what it is. You got to learn from it. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. What do they call that? Stupid? What's that the definition of insanity? I'm not sure. I can't even keep up. But either way, that's not what I'm trying to do. I hate to make the same mistake twice. I'd be so upset. I'd be damn near kicking myself in the ass. You'd be like, calm down. I'm like, no, I'm pissed. Why did I fall into this trap again? That's just me. Some people like to blame other people for their problems. If I keep coming up with the same results, it's me. In my opinion, that's just me. But as an adult, I'm learning to understand a lot of things. Now to let that off my chest, I understand that all you got to worry about is you. Unless you got some children, then they you too. You got to worry about them too. But all you really need to worry about is you mind your business. When I was little, I always had something to see and something to say. Because one, I was grown. Yep, I was grown. I must be just probably my second time around. That's why I came out grown talking shit. But my mother would ask me, what does that got to do with you? Why don't you mind your business? And now I'm starting to understand. Because I see a lot of different things. And I realize maybe I need to mind my business. It's my fault. Ain't nobody tell me to see it in the first damn place. I rode past the food stamp office. You know, when people get food stamps, you know. No disrespect to whoever has to get food stamps. Some people was raised on food stamps. The richest people got food stamps and it fed them. Anyway, I ride past the food stamp office and I see somebody with their hood up and a gas tank. And I thought to myself, damn, you need food and gas. I think that's kind of messed up. That's just my opinion. What you think? Is that messed up? But I had to catch myself, like, focus, mind your business. How much gas do you have? And I said, you know what? The next time I went out, I got me some gas because that's what you're supposed to do. Worry about yourself. Because the moment you stop and turn to the left to rubberneck and see what somebody else is doing, you might run into something. Focus. As an adult, you learn to worry about what you're doing because what the next person is doing, literally, Ain't about to help you a bit, not a drip. Hmm. It might be confirmation I heard thunderclap. Cause what you eat don't make nobody else shit. Come on, dog. You don't start to bark in. Anywho, as an adult, you have to learn from your mistakes and understand the understanding. When he was younger and people told you certain things, you ain't believe those people. Turn it down a little bit so you get down to the story. This is a story time. You didn't believe those people when they was telling you certain things. You thought you was grown. Thought you had it under control. Thought nobody couldn't tell you nothing. And I understand. Can't nobody tell me nothing right now. But that's my shit right now. But anywho, you thought you knew what you was doing. Your mother tell you something. You don't listen. You go out and you do what you want to do. Your first lesson was touching the stove. You remember it was hot. You touch it again, maybe twice. Definitely not a third time. You got burnt. You learned your lesson. Okay. And as an adult, a parent raising your children, you're in a different table. You sit at a different seat now. You the parent. I'm tell you two stories that coincide and braid up and make a. My grandmother's here visiting, and she's telling me a story about my brother. Oh, she's telling me everybody's stories, how she used to whoop ass. She was giving me some throwbacks, how she was throwing it back stories. So she's giving us the stories about how she used to throw it back, how she was whooping ass. She's talking about my brother, how he used to take her car and slide, do the cha-cha slide. She be making her morning coffee and she see her car rolling up the street. How she had patience. She didn't say a word. She didn't let him know that she even knew. He avoided her as you should. If you know you done did some shit and you ain't trying to get in trouble, you try to duck and dodge and pray that it roll over on its own or evaporate magically. Anywho, she waited. Lie and wait. Act like it was all good. She waited till the revenge got cold. Waited till nightfall. Remember, I said she saw him with the morning coffee. She waited till nightfall. My dude in the shower, soaping up, lavish. Probably had on the good soapy. I could see him with the shower cap on his head. She bust that door and pulled that belt out and let him know she was not playing with him. She told me the story. I almost died. She said he was dying and crying. Oh my God, you're killing me. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. Oh my God, we was dying and we cried and laughed real tears. She told me that story had to be like on a Thursday. Come Saturday, brother pulls up. Same brother with his son. He's in his 20s. Bro, come sit next to me. We having a chatty chit. And Graham's in the next room with his son, her great grand, and they having a chitty chat. Me and brothers chitty chitting, and they chatty chatting in there. So we saying what we saying. I saw the giggles in the next room, but I thought that was cute. The two of them was having a grand old time. They was hugging each other and dying. Me and bro chatting, but he looking over there at them too. It was what it was. We noticed them, and then we joined their party. And I heard bro say, "That's old." They went about their business later on. I got my story. I got that tea iced. Grams comes and goes, yeah. So your brother was telling me the story while we're out eating. You know how his son took his car He noticed his car was gone, how he was worried and upset, how he was disappointed in his son, and he was telling that story with conviction, like bro was feeling some type of way. And grandma said she just turned and looked at him and was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And he was like, I was really mad." Grandma said, "Yeah, how that shit felt? Cause when you did that same fucking shit to me." And again, we died laughing, like tears, like real tears. I mean, as an adult, I want you to know that what goes around comes around. And as an adult, you should at least know, stop with the bullshit. Real. Real shit. Stop with the bullshit. For real. Stop with the bullshit because you're too old to be fighting. I know your hand game is good, but I mean, what goes around comes around. So if you don't want no fuck shit, then don't do no fuck shit. I just try my best to be my best. I treat people literally the way I want to be treated, and I won't disrespect nobody because I don't want to be disrespected. I'm saying, even exchange, I mean, I'm going to come with the currency that you coming with. I'm saying that's just me. Moving on. Wasn't that something? Wasn't that something? Me and Grams been having some real good laughs, and I mean some real good laughs. Some real good laughs. I'm trying to convince her to come through. You know, them my ladies don't be really for they don't be for it. I gotta see if I can convince her. Put a mic on her or near her. I don't want to trick her. I want her to know that she's being recorded. And if I can't get that, if that don't work out, I'm gonna smuggle it anyway. But anyway, another story. We're gonna get some better music for this one and get a nice little. This one, we're gonna take it to the other side. No, I don't like that. We're going back to where we was at. I'm controlling the music a little bit. It's some little. Anyway, I'm trying music too. I'm trying to be my best. Anyway, so another story via grandma in real time. So my grandmother's 91 years old. This woman is walking up and down the place, cooking, moving, doing her best. 91. I get up, my back hurt. She get right up. It inspires me to do better. Anywho, so she giving bits and pieces of stories about how siblings just get their ass whipped. Trust me, these are some real great stories. Tell me how she used to trick on my dad. Trust me, these are some really good stories. But she gave me another story about my sister. So, like I said, she's 91 years old, and she proud how good she move around. And if you ever been to an older woman's house or older person's house, they have a raised toilet seat. Mm-hmm. You know, that way they ain't got to bend so much that back hurt, I guess, whatever the case may be. So she has two of them, she says. She said, I got one for the house and a travel one for when I got to roll out. You know, I understand. She got her good shit. Anyway. Damn, that just rolled out. That was funny. Anyway. The good shit is kept up in the storage, you know, like your luggage. The good shit. So she tells sis, like, hey, you know about the travel? Go upstairs and go get the good shit. Sis is like, girl, I don't want to go up in that attic. That's just too much work. You know, older women, older seniors, or whoever the case, when you staying with somebody, living with somebody, you know, y'all in some form of agreement or whatever the case may be. But you definitely don't want to get on the person's nerves, and that person don't want you on their nerves because, you know, whatever the case may be. Anywho, so grandma says, I'm not about to argue with her, whatever. She just wiped off her regular shit and bagged it up. So when I go pick her up, sis hands me the bag with the regular shit. And I put it in the car. It's here, grandma using it, whatever. So the one that's usually on the toilet is now not on the toilet. It's with us. The regular shit. Sis is walks to the bathroom, the hallway common bathroom, the one that grandma usually uses, in the middle of the night, and leans, sits on the toilet about where the raised seat should be, the one she assumes is there. Sis fell in the motherfucking toilet. I'm gonna say it again in case you didn't hear me. She went to sit down to where she thought the seat was, because she just knew the seat was there and it should be there. Had she went upstairs in the attic and got the good shit like grandma asked you to get when she was getting ready to travel, but you was too lazy to get the good shit. So the toilet seat you thought that was there, and trust me, it's comfortable. I'm considering to get one, but I'm too young, but it's nice. Anyway, the toilet seat that you thought was there, the raise that you got comfortable with clearly, because your ass forgot what the regular seat height was. Or maybe you was drunk, who knows. But you fell in the motherfucking toilet. You actually needed help getting out. You had to call somebody to come scoop you out. Now imagine you walk in, you hear the thud. You walk in, you see legs hanging out the damn toilet. And if you're not still laughing, because I'm telling this story with the straightest face, because I'm saving the laugh, because the laugh is coming. That's not the punchline. if you're not still laughing, if you haven't laughed yet, if you've been laughing, stop laughing, because it ain't get to the funny part yet. If you haven't laughed, we get into the funny part. The moral of the story. I want to say the mother, but I ain't gonna bring the mother to it. Nah. More to grandma's story. Grandma's fucking story. This story, my grandma's Trini. This my really fucking story. Grandma's story is a hard head make a soft ass. That's the punchline. Like when you was little, your mama used to say, "Had you did what the fuck I told you to do." You remember when you was fucked up? And you was crying and you done hurt yourself and you was doing exactly what she told you not to do. And you wanted some pity. And she looked at you and said, "Now if you did what the fuck I told you to do, you wouldn't be where you at." Pour alcohol all over your sore. I guess you never too grown to learn. That's the moral of the story. I thought that shit was funny. And again, Meat was in tears. It's a good thing I was sitting down when she told me. Matter of fact, I was mid blunt. She got this way of making me choke to death. These stories is hilarious. I got more, but I'm gonna have to squeeze pitch them out to y'all. I'll give it to y'all probably two at a time. Three gonna be who? Granny. I encourage everybody. If your grandmother is still alive, please ask her some stories. Find out what her pleasure is. Get her something to drink. Maybe smoke. Maybe both. Let that liquor talk. Let her get loose with the lips. Let her tell you some of them stories from back in her day. I had to straight up ask my grandma, you got a lot of whole stories about how your husband was always out here trying to trick. How he was tricking and treating all year long. What about you? You wasn't doing nothing? She laughed. She said, no, I wasn't out here. I had to ask. I mean, find out who your people was. Because whatever they did, whatever they got, you got it too. She was telling me some stories about life, and I come to realize a lot of what she been through, I've been through. We got similar stories, same exact story, different font. And she laughed and I laughed. She told me a story about certain things, and I could tell the same exact story. What you're going through is not new. It's just happening to you. You'd be surprised how many people going through what you're going through. But did you die? No, that's not the right thing to say right now. I'm just saying. But she giving me solutions to situations that I've been through. Different options. Old people got herbal remedies. Get to know your people. And there go that thunder again. So it's definitely the truth. Get to know your people. And it definitely teach you who you are. Alan Ellie had roots. And I feel good touching my roots. Something I wanted a long time in my life. I'm glad I'm able to actually touch my roots. I could tell you the story, but that definitely need to be a book. I'm grateful to touch my roots. I could definitely feel a change. And I appreciate y'all for coming through within my absence, and let y'all know that I'm very lucky that me and you met here at the same place at the same time, and you could have been any place in the world. But I'm so glad you decided to pull up on me, and I want to give a shout out to all my listeners all over the world. Hong Kong, I see y'all doing it, and I appreciate y'all. And all my listeners all over the world, United States, California, I see y'all all day, every day. I appreciate y'all.